Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel SS Analyst. Today I am going to present the inventory intended moves in WTI Crude Oil Futures after the announcement of WTI Crude Oil Futures inventory on June 20th, 2018. On analysis of the movement of WTI Crude Oil Futures movement after the announcement of inventory, I find that although the inventory was in favor of oil bulls, showing crude oil inventories fell by 59 million barrels in the week ended June 15. That compared with the analysts' expectation for a decline of 2.1 million barrels, while the American Petroleum Institute late Tuesday reported that a supply drop of 3 million barrels. Total US crude oil inventories stood at 426.5 million barrels as of last week. While the China-US tariff tit for tat has captured the market attention, the United States is also under the fire from other countries for its protectionist measures. Expectations for waning trade war concerns are going with the statement of Yu Ling, governor of the People's Bank of China, who said in an interview with the Shanghai Security News that policymakers are prepared for outside shocks and called for investors to stay calm. The central bank is ready to utilize monetary policy following the standoff to stabilize the nation's stock market. So, amid the growing concerns for escalating trade war and the upcoming OPEC meet on June 22nd, where the Iran has already rejected a proposal to cut, while Iran has already rejected a potential compromise, saying it won't support even a small increase in oil production. This puts Saudi Arabia in a tough position as anonymity is needed for any accord to be reached. On analysis of the WTI crude oil futures undergoing all such situation, I would like to explain about the forthcoming moves which may retain WTI crude oil futures in a very indecisive phase. Friends, you can see that WTI crude oil futures, which were coming down till yesterday, took a strong support at these levels, and from here they started to move upward in expectation of a positive view on or a positive outcome from the impending inventory announcement. On announcement of inventory, a sharp fluctuative move formed here in 1 hour chart, which indicates the growing volatility ahead during the upcoming week. Let us have a look at this movement in a 15 minutes chart. You can see that after the inventory announcement, WTI crude oil futures were trading at these levels. This is the first sign which indicates the growing indecisiveness of WTI crude oil futures in a 15-minute chart. After this formation, WTI crude oil futures, on announcement of a positive inventory of more withdrawal, straight away tried to move upward once again, but faced stiff resistance at the level of $66.33. From this level, they have started to coming downward with a steep move, because above the level of $66, there is a lot of selling pressure which WTI crude oil futures are facing. Therefore, I decided to analyze these moves for the upcoming trading sessions for next 2 or 3 days. Therefore, I have divided the expected trading zones in 3 expected moves where the WTI crude oil future may remain during the upcoming 2 or 3 trading sessions. This will be the decisive zone from $68 to $72. If WTI crude oil futures gain momentum due to some positive outcome from the OPEC meet, we will find the WTI crude oil future may try to reach up to this decisive zone, where they may find first stiff resistance at the level of $72, which will decide the future directional move of the WTI crude oil futures. If WTI crude oil futures sustain above the level of $20, if the WTI crude oil future able to sustain above the level of $72, we may see good strong bounce from this level in the upward direction. But I find that this level of $72 will remain a strong stiff resistance for the WTI crude oil futures despite the possible outcome of OPEC meet, because Russia and Saudi Arabia, they are not in favor of much greater production cut. currently we are WTI Crude Oil Futures have come down at the level of $65. Currently the WTI Crude Oil Futures have come down at the level of $65.20. No doubt they have breached the 200 DMA moving average, 200 DMA, and have come down, but taking a good support before entering the bearish zone. I call this zone will be a bearish zone. Right now the WTI Crude Oil Futures are taking support at this level. If they sustain above this level, we will see a volatile move in the upward direction up to this level during the next 2 or 3 trading sessions. First we will have to cross our first resistance, which is 200 DMA. If the WTI Crude Oil Futures cross this resistance at 200 DMA and sustain above these levels, they will try to maintain their uptrend at above this uptrend line. Second uptrend line, which is a good support level, is this one. They may find support at this uptrend line. In any case, if the OPEC is not able to reach on a decisive move to curb oil production, we will see the WTI Crude Oil Futures to move downward towards the level of $62. There is no doubt that the WTI Crude Oil Future, after crossing the level of $62, will go in a long-term bearish trend, despite the fact that the demand for crude oil is much more in today's world, but the production is equally very high, and nobody wants to sell WTI crude oil at lower prices. Even the US shale production is on the higher side, therefore nobody intend to sell or produce much more oil to sell at lower level below $60. Now everything seems to be in the hands of OPEC. If they agree to take a decisive move, if they come with an unanimous decision in favor of oil production cut, WTI Crude Oil Futures then only remain within bullish zone. Thanks for watching my YouTube video. If you like this video, subscribe my channel to get updated videos in future.